Today, we are talking to people who are mavericks by challenging the status quo. Our next guest is taking a different approach to social gatherings by purposely staying sober. Hilary Sheinbaum says her whole life changed when she was at a New Year's Eve party in 2016. On a whim, she challenged her friend to a bet to try a dry January, a full month, without drinking any alcohol. With a prize, an expensive dinner paid for by the loser. Well, Hilary won the dinner, along with a new perspective that left her feeling, she says, happier and healthier than ever. Now, as the author of The Dry Challenge, How to Lose the Booze for Dry January, Sober October, and any other alcohol-free month, she's sharing her thoughts on helping other people with her own dry challenge and why she's chosen this road. Please welcome to the show author and journalist Hilary Sheinbaum. Come on out, Hilary. Show. Have a seat, have a seat.
Thank you.
You know, it's such an interesting concept that not drinking is seen as being a maverick.
Yes.
And by the way, I do drink. I love wine, I love champagne. And I think you do whatever you want to do, obviously responsibly. That said, there's a staggering number that I saw the other day on the number of people who have alcohol-related illnesses, depression, and other things, especially after the pandemic.
Yes, absolutely. Tons of people were drinking at home during the pandemic.
But your vision came well before that, 2016. That's before we even knew there was a pandemic coming.
Right, way before that.
What was going on in your life?
So in 2016, just to paint a little bit of a picture, I was a red carpet reporter. I was attending really cool events, after parties, and then during the day, I was actually writing about food and beverage for a number of outlets. So I was literally responsible for covering wine, beer, and spirits in my articles.
That was your job, right?
That
You
was
could
my
literally
job.
take a drink and say, well, it's my job, I'm working.
I was.
And it's interesting, I remember taking my mom to an event. My mom doesn't drink, and I took her to an event here in New York, and my mom's from a little small country town, and she said, how do you not drink? As soon as you walk in the door, somebody's handing you an alcoholic drink. And then she got a cocktail and walked around just to fake it. Because she's like, she said, they're gonna know I'm like from a small town because I don't have a drink in my hand.
Your mom was ahead of the trend too.
So she's walking around, but there's a societal pressure, it seems sometimes, to carry a glass or to have a drink. As soon as you sit down and have dinner, what do they say? Can I take your drink?
Exactly.
What does that do to the culture, you think, that it is so prevalent in that way?
Well, I definitely think that it normalizes alcohol use, and definitely it doesn't need to be that way. I think now especially there are more options on bar menus, on restaurant menus, and even when you go shopping, there are non-alcoholic options available.
So you decide to go dry.
Yep.
What did you see physically change in your body?
The biggest change that I noticed was my quality of sleep. So before I was sleeping like 5 hours a night. I thought it was because I was a stressed and busy New Yorker. But 10 days into my first dry challenge, I was sleeping 7 to 8 hours, which was drastic. And anybody who has a wonderful night of sleep knows that it changes your mood, your productivity. It just changes the relationships around you. So that was a really big one.
What was the reaction talking about the relationships around you? Because this show is about being a maverick. And as I said, more than ever, being sober by choice, not because you've had an issue with alcohol, just by choice, is seen as being kind of a maverick.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have to say that obviously dry challenges are not for people who are seeking recovery options. But yeah, I definitely was getting a lot of mixed reactions from my friends.
So tell me some of the things they would say.
Oh my gosh. Everything from, well, if you're gonna drink on February 1st, then does it really matter? Or they were saying, how about just have one? And even people that I didn't know were asking me, you know, in bar settings, are you feeling sick? They were asking if I was pregnant, and just very invasive questions that you probably wouldn't ask.
That is so interesting, right? You'd say you don't want to drink, and they're like, are you pregnant?
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. Because when I was pregnant, I remember going in and asking for mocktails, and people were like, mocktail? You know, and then that was, I hid my pregnancy for 32 weeks, and the telltale sign was the mocktail. What about relationships with friends? Because was it hard to socialize when everybody else is drinking, and that is associated with the good time?
It definitely is associated with a good time, but I can tell you that I had so much more fun not drinking. Because then the next morning I wasn't feeling icky or tired.
That looks like that was fun. That was alcohol-free?
This is actually an event that I put on in New York City. These are 4 of my friends, and we did a cardio dance class followed by mocktails.
Oh, that's so fun. So you incorporate the fun. Now, I do know you have this personal milestone because you're training to run your very first marathon, and you shot some video to show us your journey. Let's take a look.
Hi guys, I just finished running 12 miles in the rain on Saturday morning while in marathon training. Obviously, running long runs on the weekends is part of the gig. If I had been drinking last night when I went to a birthday party, I don't think I would have been able to get up this early, have this much energy, and certainly I would not be as hydrated as I am now. So now I'm resting on the floor and stretching and gonna continue my day.
Oh, wow. So congrats on that. Real quick, like energy levels, scale of 1 to 10. How much did your energy improve, scale of 1 to 10?
Oh my gosh, drastically. I mean, even during the coldest, most dull month of January, I was bouncing off the walls. I was so happy. I mean, yeah, it was like night and day.
I love that. Well, coming up, this is so interesting. Hilary is telling us why she prefers this philosophy of DNUI. What is that? Dating not under the influence. Why she thinks you should not have a drink when you're going out on a date. After the break, I think it's interesting. I love that. Welcome back, welcome back. We're here with Hilary Sheinbaum, author of The Dry Challenge. And before the break, I teased this philosophy you have, DNUI. Right? Am I got it right? I'm terrible. DNUI, dating not under the influence.
That's right.
Okay, what's the theory here?
Okay, so the theory is that you go on dates with people and you don't drink.
Yeah.
And by doing so, you can form a more authentic connection with them. You can participate in activities that you both enjoy instead of sitting interview style and asking the same old questions. And
so when you propose this idea to some of your friends, because the whole idea, let's go get a drink, and that's the date. Like, now you've taken that off the table. Some people might believe that you're less relaxed, you're more tense. What was the reaction from friends when they started this don't drink on a date business?
They're always like, what should I do?
it's like, I don't know what to do with this stranger. Right.
Exactly. And my advice is to do something that you enjoy so you could really show the person that you're dating what you're about.
So versus having a cocktail, maybe go do a sport together or something.
Exactly. You can go on a hike if that's available to you, or a walk.
Oh.
You can go
or
snowmobiling.
that. You can go snowmobiling.
If you live in colder climates. Yeah. You can play sports. You can really do anything. You can ice skate. You can rollerblade.
And so for clarity, because this challenge, you write so wonderfully, and it's with humor, and it's with authenticity. Look, you could not do that drinking. It's written with such authenticity. You are not shaking your fists like, don't you have a drink. You're not saying that. You're saying this is the perspective you got after this challenge.
I think that everyone should try a dry month.
Yeah.
I really am an advocate because it changed so much for me. And I think that for me, I realized how much alcohol was having an effect on sleep and financial savings and digestion and my mood. So I think that it's great to try.
Go to try. Okay, so you have in the book mocktail recipes.
Yes.
More and more restaurants are serving mocktails. In fact, there was a Drizzly, which is a delivery service for alcohol. They reported that their non-alcoholic spirit sales were up 600% from 2020 to 2021. And so there obviously a lot of people are on trend. Mm-hmm. So you have great recipes. You have this with us. It's a mocktail.
So this is a mocktail. It is a spicy margarita, pineapple one. So there's pineapple juice, lime, orange juice, a little bit of simple syrup, and some sparkling water.
Some sparkling water. Okay, a lot of people also think when you bring in a mocktail, you bring in calories. No, that's not true. You're like, well, wine is calories. So.
Well, wine is calories, but actually, so the typical glass of wine might be 120 calories, but non-alcoholic wine sometimes only has 5 calories a glass.
Oh, I did not know that. All right, well, TamFam, be sure to scan the QR code on the screen to find this recipe before I try it. It's Hilary's alcohol-free mocktail, all on our website, and this is the spicy margarita. What's this on the rim here?
Oh, this is ancho chili salt.
Okay. And why do you like this one?
Because I like margaritas.
I love margaritas too.
It's good.
It is good. Mm-hmm. It tastes like a margarita. Yeah, it's got a nice flavor. January will be around the corner before you know it, but October is here. So as Hilary said, you can try her challenge anytime. The book, The Dry Challenge, is now available. And audience, you're going home with a copy. I like this. Thank you, Hilary. Congratulations on the marathon. We'll be rooting for you on the next one, too. We can't wait to cheer Hilary on New York City Marathon and all of the runners. Go get them.